I can honestly tell you I held Pete Maravich to 42 points that night.
That's a great game for you. Let's tell some stories. My favorite time, and I'm going to start. I'm going to tee you up for this one, and we're going to go back to basketball. So we were in, I don't know where it was, but it was our first big fall road trip, and I think we were going to Cochran, Georgia, or something like that. And we're on the bus. Coach is set up front, and I've got my gear out, all my scout books, and I'm working up all the pitching approaches and stuff like that. And I'd finally gotten a little buggy, and you were sitting over there, and I said, and I forget exactly what sparked the conversation, but something had happened in the big leagues a couple of days before, and guys were really trash talking each other, and a fight broke out, and all that kind of stuff. And I asked you, I said, hey man, you see that? I said, did you ever run your mouth? Did you ever talk trash? And you said, yeah, once.
Is that the Maravich?
Yes.
Yeah, that was embarrassing.
This was, the greatest part about this was, as the story starts going, the kids from the back start making their way up to listen to the story, because you can hear it throughout the whole bus. So you were playing basketball. You were a young player at this time, right?
Well, actually, that was my junior year.
So you were...
We had a very good team.
That was with Cowens.
Cowens was on that team.
And you, okay.
We're playing against LSU, who the leading scorer in the country at that time was Pete Maravich.
Unbelievable. Everybody knows Pistol Pete Maravich.
Unbelievable, right? His dad's a coach.
Yep.
And so we were good. And we were pulled out a little bit, and about 8 minutes into the game, back at that time, Pete had a two-handed set. This was a long time ago, but he would look it off, and he would get you to back off, and he'd shoot a two-hand set. Well,
two-hand set is a two-handed jumper.
Yeah, no, it's set shot. You just
grab and send it.
He's the only guy that did it in that era at all.
Okay.
So here's our bench right here.
Okay.
Hugh Durham and company.
You're right near the line.
Right there.
Yeah.
On the side. And Pete picks the ball up, and I backed off of him because that was my job that night. I had Maravich, and this story gets better.
So Pete said, or Hugh Durham said, you get Maravich.
Yeah, we're man to man. I'm guarding Maravich, and he hadn't scored for 8 minutes.
So he hasn't scored.
8 minutes.
8 minutes.
Right.
You're on him.
I got him.
You're shutting him down.
He's mine.
Locked out.
I back up a step. I said, too far, Pete. As I said, too far, Pete, he set his hands and threw the ball in from about 35 feet.
Yeah.
Tore the bottom of the net up on the way through.
Steph Curry length.
Unbelievable.
Just drained it.
Here's Durham.
Yep.
I ain't looking.
Yep.
I am not looking over there. He had smashed his clipboard on the bench. The kids flying all over the place. We got a timeout coming.
Right.
He's got me by the shirt in the timeout, and I'm getting shredded.
Yes.
But the biggest thing, he was right.
Right.
I told you he hadn't scored for 8 minutes.
You woke him up.
He finished the first half with 21.
21 points.
I still had it.
You still had it.
The whole idea was we weren't going to let Pete get the ball back after he threw it to somebody else. So I'm trying to defend him from getting the ball back.
Just don't give him the ball. Lock him down.
In that game, he took 47 shots. And he made 17 out of 47. I wasn't supposed to let him have the ball now. You got to realize.
Right.
First place, if your dad has to be coaching if you're going to shoot 47 times.
100%.
But not only that, I can honestly tell you I held Pete Maravich to 42 points that night.
That's a great game for you.
we set the record at that time in Florida State. We won 130 to 100.
Wow.
In a college basketball
with
game.
No three-point line.
And no three-point line.
Wow.
They played the worst defense zone you've ever seen. It was a little bottle zone type thing.
But they're getting it to Pete. Let him run.
Cowens also set the rebound record that night at 31. We had 4 guys that had over 20 in that game against
How did you do?
I had about 28, something like
Yeah,
that. But if it's in marriage, I remember that.
Right.
But I held him to 40.
He held him to 42.
Yeah, I shut him down.
He shut him down.
Comes down on the brake, he goes between the legs on the brake, he sticks the ball in my face, turns his back, bounce past it behind his back over there. I trip. I'm watching the guy lay it in the basket as I'm skidding out of bounds.
You're sliding underneath the basket. There's nothing you can do.
I'll get this ball out. That play's over.
Last time you trashed
anything. That was the only
time.
Make sure you catch our full interview that we did. To make it easy for you to find, I put the link to it in the description below. Remember to like, subscribe, and ring that notification bell to get more awesome content like this. We'll see you on the field.